Today, I caramelized sugar, or otherwise made caramel. So caramelization is the chemical reaction that occurs when any sugar is heated to the point that its molecules begin to break. So the sugar I used is sucrose, otherwise known as table sugar, and this is a non-reducing sugar made of glucose and fructose, and it caramelizes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So what is caramel? Caramel is what happens when sucrose breaks apart to form glucose and fructose. Then the reducing sugars react with the heat and start to brown, and this is what's known as caramel. And so caramel, the sweet flavor is gone and it's replaced with a rich and dark bitter brown medium. So what I did is I used the water method, and this involves 1 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of water, and 1/8 teaspoon of cream of tartar or lemon juice. I had cream of tartar with me, so I used that instead of lemon juice. So what I did is I combined the sugar and water over the medium heat, and I had to stir constantly. When forming caramel, you have to make sure that the sugar dissolves first before it turns into caramel, and this happens around 320 degrees Fahrenheit. And once the sugar syrup is clear, you add your cream of tartar, dissolved in a little bit of water, or your lemon juice. And what those do is it prevents a recrystallization of the sugars. So after I added that, I brought my sugar and water to a boil. Once it was boiling, I reduced it to medium heat and simmered for 8 to 10 minutes based on the color. I think it was a little more the 10-minute side than the 8-minute side just because of my oven. During this stage, you do not want to stir because stirring incorporates air and reduces the temperature. And so you want to make sure that you keep the 350 degrees for that sucrose to caramelize. After that, I was watching the color, and I noticed that around the edges of the pot that it would get darker in color than the center. Since I said you can't stir the pot with a spoon, you can swirl the pot to distribute the color and make sure that it's evenly distributed. As soon as the caramel came to the desired color that I liked, I removed it from the heat, placed the pot in the ice water for 10 seconds, and then poured it into my mold. And it was kind of hard when I poured it into my mold. I felt like I was making like sugar strings everywhere, but I finally got it. And you can see that my mold is just a Tupperware container, but it's hard. And I actually tasted it. It tasted pretty good. I'm surprised the last time I made it, I burnt my caramel, so it was terrible, but this one's the perfect right of bitterness. And this is how you caramelize caramel and the reasons why caramelization happens.